Dinosaur Adventure Land in Lenox, Alabama, September 29th, 2023. Tonight we'll be talking about making babies, the echidna. How many have ever heard of an echidna before? It's an animal from Australia. When you see how they make babies, you're going to say, A, that could not have evolved. B, God, you're amazing. And C, God, how do you even think of this kind of stuff? God, the more I study this thing, the more amazed I get at how God is just so great. But first, Mike is having a birthday all day, right, Mike?
All day, sir.
All day. So let's sing the famous Dinosaur Adventure Land birthday song to Brother Mike, who helps here at our ministry. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is your birthday song. It isn't very long. Happy birthday, brother. Glad to have you here. You've been a blessing. Yay. Okay. The echidna. Well, we believe God ought to get the glory for his creation, so we're trying to do that with every single animal. And you atheists are failing the test. You're not answering how any of these evolved. Come on. You can't, can you? And I'm going to show you why at the end of this one, okay? We're at Genesis Baptist Church on Rumble, on Kent Hovind Official, on YouTube, Genesis Baptist Church, on Odyssey, Kent Hovind Official, a whole bunch of them on Dr.Dino.com, our website. If you want us, call 855 BIG-DINO. Let's see, tonight. Nope, it was going to be aardvarks. I changed it to the echidna, and I got wrapped up. Sorry. Imagine that says echidna. Okay. We have lots of dinosaur stuff to see for kids. We have all kinds of stuff, babies for kids to play with, baby rabbits, baby turtles. Oh, Bobby, did you see the baby turtle they got? Who took that in for her? I don't want to know what happened to the baby. Okay. Oh, well. Found him walking down the road, and all right, who knows? Okay. Okay. Anyway, come visit us. Dinosaur Adventure Land at Genesis Baptist Church. All kinds of cool stuff going on around here. Lots of activity. The Bible says, go to the ant, thou sluggard. Consider her ways and be wise. Why would I want to think about an ant? Oh, they are amazing. There are 12,000 known varieties of ants. They are amazing. If you think that evolved and happened by chance, you are certifiably insane. He said, consider the lilies. You can look at a flower. You ever look at a leaf of a lily, a petal to a lily, under a magnifying microscope? The more you zoom in, the more it looks like a bunch of crystals. It's like it'll stun you. Look at a lily, super magnified, and say, man, how did this evolve? It can't. It didn't. Anyway, that's the lily, but he said, consider the ravens. We're supposed to consider things in nature, so we try to do that here. Look at things that God made and say, wow, you're amazing, Lord. And he really is. 50 different kinds of watermelons might have had a common ancestor. Oh, you folks from Brazil, thank you for coming. Tell your parents you'll have to watch it back slow and hit pause once in a while to interpret for them. Okay, because I go fast for my program, so I know. My Portuguese is none. Okay. Anyway, God said they would always bring forth after their kind. That's all every single plant and animal has ever done in the history of humanity. Nobody ever sees this evolution. You guys imagine. It takes place in your imagination only. Evolution is a religion. It's not a science. Nothing scientific about it. So you can help our ministry stay open for free. Join our 777 Club. If you can, give $1 a day, or give any amount. Go to Dr.Dino.com. You can see all that and click the yellow button someplace on there. I guess the donate button. Make any checks to CSE. Okay. Get our video series on science in the Bible. 18 hours, $50. You can get our series on what on earth is about to happen, for heaven's sake. It's going to be bad. Okay, tonight, parental advisory, some explicit content on how the echidna makes babies. Parents, if you want to watch it first and then let your kids come in and watch, that's up to you. Okay. God blessed them and said, be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth, okay? He blessed them and said, be fruitful and multiply. Be fruitful and multiply. It's all through the Bible. God blessed them. It's a great blessing to be able to have babies and have large families and watch them grow and learn and do dumb stuff. You guys got 4 kids, right? They ever do any dumb stuff, do they? All the time. Yeah, okay. God blessed them. He made them male and female. By the way, there's only 2, male and female. How come they think there's 47 different genders? Do they think there's 47 genders of lions and horses and cows? I don't understand these guys. Okay. Male and female, male and female. So God, in his infinite wisdom, gave the command for all life forms to make babies. He also gave the needed equipment and the drive to do such. Okay? And just to confuse the atheists, he gave an amazing variety of ways for them to do it. None of them can be explained by evolution. You guys are dreaming. It's a bad dream. You ought to wake up, okay? You cannot explain with their stupid theory of evolutionism. They will have no excuse, Judgment Day. So I've got a theory. God made so many varieties of ways for animals to reproduce just so we would sit back and say, wow, that couldn't have evolved, could it? No, had to be designed, didn't it? Yeah. So we covered, let's see, a whole bunch of them. The anglerfish, nobody answered that one. You didn't cover the tardigrade. Nobody answered the honeybee, the watermelon, the fish. We've been going through, this is our 42nd one, guys. I'm giving you 47 targets to shoot at. Come on. Flatworm, nobody did it. The sea devil, the blue-banded goby, the electric eel, the seahorse, the mannequins, nobody answered that one. The right whales, the wrong whales, the left whales, that's upside down, the blue whale. You guys aren't answering any of them. Banana slug, the plover, how did that evolve? The porcupine, tarantula, nobody did that one. The toad, the platypus, the kangaroo, the bacteria. What's wrong with you famous atheists and scientists? Come on, Simon Dan, you're a scientist. Answer how these creatures evolved this ability to reproduce. Pick one. Hippopotamus, condor. Pick one. You guys, you're not answering any of them. I know you can't. Okay, the sea slug, how did that evolve? Why, none of you science-denying evolutionists can answer any of the questions how any of these plants evolved, the ability to make babies. It's because they didn't evolve. They were designed purposely to make you stop and think about how dumb your entire evolution religion is. Give it up. But I'm going to show you later tonight why you won't give it up. I know why. Wait, if my religion of evolution religion isn't true and God designed all these plants and animals, that changes everything. Yes, ma'am. Sure does. If there's a God, he makes the rules. He didn't answer the kiwi. Nobody did that one. What happened here? The tortoise beetle. How come nobody did that one? What happened? Let's see. The dandelion. Nobody did that one. The love bug last week. Nobody answered. How did this evolve? Tonight, the short-beaked echidna. I predict no atheist will answer this one either. We need to get the chicken sound, brother, in ours. We can play it once in a while. Okay, edit that in. I'm no editor. Okay. God said, he just said, let there be. And poof, these creatures were created with 3 words. Let there be. That's infinite power that God has, okay? God said, let the earth bring forth, and it was so. Man, just like that. God said, let there be light. He said, let there be a firmament. God just spoke. He said, God said, God said. He didn't have to lift a finger to make anything. So tonight, the short-beaked echidna is native to Australia. And the obvious question people ask, why do they call it a short-beaked echidna? Because there is a long-beaked echidna also. I don't know, I don't care. Okay, there's 4 different kinds of extant, means still living, species of echidna. And you can study all that for yourself. Okay, in Australia, a little bit in New Guinea, echidnas are quill-covered monotremes and are the only mammals to lay eggs. Well, that's not exactly true. New scientist folks, you need to do a little more research. A couple more mammals lay eggs too. But that's okay. Here are the echidnas. Now, the platypus is not one, but it does lay eggs, and it's a mammal. So these others are echidnas. The Australian echidna is known as the spiny anteater. The spines you see on an echidna are actually long, tough, hollow hair follicles. That's hair, but it will still poke you. Okay? How did that evolve? When she's not interested and the males are all chasing her around the field, she just rolls up into a ball. Say, and a big sign comes out, not tonight, honey. Okay? The spines act as defense, camouflage, and make them look cool. How did that evolve? The mother lays an egg, which she then moves to her pouch, and it develops in the pouch. See, for millions of years, they didn't know they're supposed to grab that egg when it comes out and put it in the pouch. And for millions of years, they all died. How did that evolve? Just the ability to know to move the egg to the pouch so it can grow. How did that evolve? Itty-bitty egg, smaller than a grape. She lays the egg. The little guy hatches out of that egg. A baby echidna is called a puggle. Who'd have thunk it, okay? When they start growing their spines, mama kicks them out of the pouch into a hole in the ground. Oh, kid, time for you to get out of this pouch. This is uncomfortable, okay? Echidnas are toothless mammals, but they more than make up for it with their 6-inch long sticky tongue. Their tongues work very quickly, enabling them to slurp up ants, worms, and insect larvae. In fact, the echidna's scientific name, tachyglossus, glossus, glossary, tongue, mouth, actually means fast tongue. That's what their name means, okay. Their back feet are pointed backwards. Whoever put this skeleton together at the zoo didn't understand that. No, their feet point backwards, sir. You got them on there backwards. Anyway, feeding video, you can watch a video of their tongue goes out and grabs an insect and comes back in before you can see it. Echidnas are only one of 3 monotremes, that's egg-laying mammals that drink milk. Remember that other guy said there's only one. He's wrong. There's 3. Aside from the echidna species, the other monotreme species, the duck-billed platypus. The echidna's breeding season is between July and August. Once a year, they breed. You see that comedian, brother, when his wife was drawing on the back of his head, and that's hilarious. He said, my wife came up, started rubbing my shoulders and playing with my hair. I thought, is it February 29th already? Turns out she was drawing a smiley face on his bald head. Never mind. What's his name? Jeff? Somebody. My wife loves watching that guy. Anyway, funny. Okay, let's see. The female echidna lays a single egg in her pouch, which hatches in about 10 days. At birth, the baby, called a puggle, weighs 0.02 ounces, less than a half-inch long. How does he get out of that egg? Oh, I'll show you, okay? The puggle stays in the pouch for 4 to 5 weeks. During this time, he uses his tiny claws to grip the special hair inside the mother's pouch. The mother secretes milk from special glands within her pouch for the puggle. She has mammary glands, but no nipples. The milk just oozes out, and the kid licks it up. During this time, the puggle does not have spines. When the spines begin to break through the skin, the mother moves it into a burrow. Get out of here, kid. So how did this evolve the ability to feed the baby? 6 mammary glands and no nipple, just oozes out onto the skin. The male echidna's penis has 4 heads, but the male echidna does not urinate through the penis. Got a different hole where he pees at. How did that evolve? 4-headed penis. What is this? Yep. Well, she's got a split vagina. He inseminates both tracks. You should just watch the videos on how they make babies. Life in the slow lane. When we look at the details of echidna biology, we're not looking at a living fossil. In fact, we have to move ourselves to the fast lane. The echidna found a niche in the slow lane that is so successful it remained there for millions of years. See, if an animal doesn't evolve, they've got the answer. And if it does evolve, they've got the answer. You can't win with these folks. Let me just show a couple of quick videos about these critters. Let's see, right here. Right here. Okay. I'm getting better at this, brother. I'm starting to figure it out.
There are 4 living species of echidnas, the short-beaked echidna, as well as the 3 long-beaked echidna species. Along with the platypus, echidnas are the sole living representatives of the monotremes, a group...
Well, he missed it too. It's not the sole living one. There's a couple others, but okay, that's close enough.
...of mammals who have many mammalian features like milk production and the ability to create their own heat.
See, man is making up these categories and saying if it gives milk and has live young, it's a mammal. The animals don't care how we categorize them, okay? They don't care that we put them in the mammal category or the fish category or the bird category. When you let them loose in the woods, they know what they're looking for. The male echidnas look for a female echidna every time. They don't even, not interested in the hamster or the pine tree at all. None. It's a whole man-made classification system.
But are distinctly different from any other living mammal species because they lay eggs. The echidna breeding season begins around July. Male echidnas sense pheromones produced by a female and make their...
How did that evolve? The female puts off a special smell when she's ready to go. And a whole line of males, sometimes 10 of them, follow her around for up to 40 days. They follow her around.
away towards the lady, sometimes in droves. There may be 5 or more male echidnas following a female in an echidna train. The males will all attempt to nuzzle the female, pushing each other out of the way in the process. Echidnas are usually solitary, but they're not necessarily aggressive towards each other. It's not like they have teeth. Male echidnas do come equipped with spurs on their back legs, though these don't seem to inject venom like a platypus's spurs. As a side note, an echidna's back legs face their rear ends. Echidnas come with defense in the form of spines, and these actually give the female a lot of control during the breeding season.
Right. She can simply say, no thanks. And let's see, let me show another video here. There's a lot of stuff on the internet about these critters. Echidna, here we go. BBC. Well, let's see. We show them echidna train. There, here we go. There's a train. Let's play this one. They will follow her around for days and days and days. Anyway, how did that evolve now? That's your atheist to tell me how this evolved. I'm ready. Let's see, there's one more little short one here. Yeah, okay.
Days, the egg hatches. The young echidna breaks open the shell and tries to free itself from the embryonic membranes. It looks very like the newborn marsupial, but unlike a marsupial, it has a tooth on the upper jaw for tearing open the eggshell.
Remember that now. Single tooth on the jaw. How does it get out of the egg? It has a tooth. For millions of years, they didn't have that tooth, and they couldn't get out of the egg, and they all died. All of them died for millions of years. Yeah. So they grew that tooth. Okay.
This tooth would make fastening onto a teat painful for a mother, but in fact, the young sucks the milk from milk patches instead. When its stomach is full, the milk can be seen through its transparent body wall.
It all took millions of years to evolve. See, for a long time, they all died. It was sad. Okay, let's go back over here. After hibernation, emerging males compete for emerging females. So they all wake up and they start chasing her around, okay? Males search large areas for females, possibly by following odor of females. Males seek out and mate with hibernating torpid females while they're sleeping. They get in there and mate with them. They don't even know. How did that evolve? Let's see. They're polygamous and promiscuous. They all mate with as many as they can. Let's see. Courtship behavior, the echidna train. When one male or a group of males follows a female single file, typically 4 males or fewer, but up to 11, the female in front, the males follow behind single file. Pursuit of females can last from 14 to 44 days. But the composition of male followers changes. Some of them get tired of following and say, okay, I'll go find somebody else, all right? Males typically stay within a group of up to a week. Let's see. Female behavior. On Kangaroo Island, a receptive female responds by lying flat on the ground with her spines relaxed. Because if you don't just relax the spines, he can't get to her, right? How did that evolve? If the female is not receptive, they curl up into a spiky ball to keep the males away. Humans have similar traits of things that they do. Okay, let's see. Copulation. They make love for 30 to 180 minutes. 3 hours. That's a long time. Let's see. Reproductive organs. The penis is only used for passage of sperm. Urine is eliminated via the cloaca. When not erect, the penis is inverted and held in a sac within the cloaca. So it inverts, folds up inside when it's not gorged with blood. Interesting. Echidnas are the only mammal in which the testes, renew process occurs prior to hibernation. The testicles shrink down and grow much larger to get more sperm in there. How did that evolve? You can study just that one for a while. Large sperm bundles aid sperm motility. Rather than just single sperm swimming around trying to get there, they'll get 100 or so sperm together in a bundle and swim together. How did that evolve? Eggshell formation occurs in the oviduct, then the uterus. Pouch develops during the breeding season. So the mother grows a pouch to put the baby into. See, for millions of years, she had the baby, but no pouch to put in there, and they all died for millions of years. None of them lived. Yeah, okay. They have no nipples. They have two lateral areola that produce milk, surrounded by hairs for the young to hold on to. Breeding is timed, so the young are weaned when food is abundant. How do they know that? They know when to have the baby, so when it's ready to get away from mama, there's plenty of food. See, for millions of years, they were all born at the wrong time, and they all died because there was no food available. It took a long time for that to evolve. Yeah, okay. Timing of mating, that varies with the latitude and the altitude. How do they know that? Yeah. They produce one soft, leathery egg. The outer shell layers are not mineralized, not hard like a chicken egg. The female moves the egg from the cloaca to the pouch, where it's incubated for 10 to 11 days before it hatches. Now, wait. How did she know to do that? The hatchling uses its egg tooth to cut open the egg. This tooth disappears after hatching. So how did it evolve this egg tooth? The baby echidna has an egg tooth to let it break out of the shell. Would some of you atheists please just answer how this evolved, and don't give me a story saying, well, it has it, so it must have evolved. I don't want that story. Come on, I want some science, okay? How did that evolve? It didn't. It was created. Why can't you admit that? All monotremes, including echidnas, lost their stomachs during evolution. What? They lost their stomach. That doesn't explain how they got it. They don't have a stomach. They eat the ants and bugs, goes right into their small intestine to start digestion. Classification, Britannica. Classification and evolution of pathology. Echidnas probably evolved from some unknown monotreme ancestor. Okay. Echidnas may have evolved from an undiscovered monotreme. I see. The echidna are capable swimmers as they evolve from platypus-like ancestors. Almost every website where you type in echidna comes up with something about evolution. Let's see. 184 million years ago, they ended up evolving some alien physical characteristics. The male echidna's penis has 4 heads. They have to use the word evolution to get it published in a peer-reviewed journal, don't they? Yeah. An echidna's penis has 4 heads. A new study reveals how it happened. This ought to be good. Let's see. Echidna penis may have evolved with some extra bells and whistles because they didn't have to operate both as a sperm railroad and a urine dispensing service. So that's how they ended up with 4 heads. They evolved it. I'm not making this up. I'm showing you what's on the internet. Google it yourself, okay? The first highly detailed anatomical study of the short-beaked echidna penis has demonstrated its innovative evolution. Say experts from University of Melbourne. Got to be true then, yeah. 9 of the weirdest penises in the kingdom. Echidna, a spiny egg-laying animal which has evolved a 4-headed penis. Evolutionary, let's see. Scientists may find clues as to how mammals evolved. Simple question. Do you evolution believers ever wish you could give God the glory for his amazing creatures like the echidna? Do you ever get tired of knowing you have to pay homage to the stupid evolution religion to get published in peer-reviewed journal papers, don't you? And to keep your job? Does it ever bother you that you are a coward and cannot stand up and tell the truth, that this thing could not have evolved? If you don't use the word evolution or pay homage to evolution somewhere in your paper, it won't get published. You won't get a degree. Yeah. Do you folks who promote evolution religion ever have a hard time sleeping at night? Knowing you've been bought off to keep quiet, haven't you? Some of you don't believe in evolution, but you know you got to give homage to it in the paper. That's the same way in communist China. If you publish an article that doesn't give glory to communism, you might end up losing your head. Same thing in Nazi Germany in 1940, early 40s. Had to say, oh, Hitler's a great guy, or it wouldn't get published. You ever look at yourself in the mirror and get disgusted with who you really are, you evolution believers? Does it ever bother you that you are helping destroy the faith of millions of children? Does that ever bother you? Maybe not. Am I therefore your enemy because I tell you the truth? Well, I believe God ought to get the glory for his creation, whether anybody likes it or not. You evolution believers need to give real scientific explanation for how the echidna reproduction came about by blind chance, not just a story tale. Don't start off with long ago and far away and 80 million years ago. I don't want to hear that. You can't go back 80 million years. You don't know what happened then. Tell me the truth. What do we know? We know echidnas make baby echidnas. Now that we know. We've seen that happen. We've never seen anything other than that. Atheists use arguments against evolution, against creation, using arguments that they designed. Argue against design using arguments they designed. Interesting. Potters can take clay from the ground and make amazing pottery, can't they? But if God takes clay from the ground and makes a human, you're not amazed by that, are you? I mean, you'd be amazed by a pottery vessel. Somebody made something for me out of pottery here. I forget where it went. It's a cute. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. Made from clay. How long would it take the clay to make this by itself? I'm going to give more slides here in a minute. Okay. The clay could not make this by itself, could it? Somebody made it. But you guys can look at a human body with 11 organ systems that work together and can heal up when they break down and can be passed on through a little bitty code inside a sperm that you can't even see without a good magnifying glass or microscope. All that code is passed on, how to make all 11 systems. When logical people study complex systems that interact with each other, they say, wow, that had a smart designer. Your car has a braking system, acceleration system. Yeah. One to go fast, one to slow down. And they have to work together, don't they? You also have a frame. I mean, just your car. You have a propulsion system, some kind of engine, a drivetrain system to transmit it to the back or front wheels. Is there any chance that could happen by chance? Let's see. How many cells in the human body? 40 trillion cells that grow and reproduce and interact with each other. I think it had a smart designer. 40 trillion cells. A cell is so complex, the high level of technology attained today cannot produce one. We can't even make one cell. When logical people see that those 40 trillion cells are more complex than anything man can make, a logical person would say, wow, there was a smart designer. But some of you are afraid to say that because you will lose your job and lose your position in that school. You'd rather destroy the faith of your students coming through your class than lose that paycheck, wouldn't you? You've been bought off. You're a coward. I'll call you that to your face, too. You've been bought off. Yep. God can take clay from the ground, make 40 trillion cells. And atheists say, wow, this all evolved from nothing for no reason. When God makes billions of microscopic life forms as amazing as a bacteria, atheists say, wow, this all evolved from nothing for no reason. What is wrong? Why do you do that? I'm the Lord. That's my name. My glory will I not give to another. I think God ought to get the glory for the whole creation, okay? O Lord, how manifold are thy works. In wisdom hast thou made them all. I will sing unto the Lord as long as I live. Bless the Lord, O my soul. Praise ye the Lord. I don't have a problem praising him. Praise the Lord, praise the Lord. It's all through the Bible. The echidna should make you praise the Lord. Look at that thing. Does it know how complex it is? Does it care? No, he's just looking for ants to eat. Behold the works of the Lord. Be still and know that I'm God. glory in his holy name. God, I think God ought to get the glory, that's all. Someday, every knee shall bow, every tongue shall confess. At the name of Jesus, every knee shall bow. I think someday, Judgment Day, God's going to put a simple echidna in front of some of you atheists and say, why were you so willingly ignorant? This little creature is silently going to scream at you, there's a God. You think it all came from a big bang, don't you? All the echidnas in the world. All the information to build an echidna was in that dot that exploded, that magic dot. You believe a dot smaller than a proton exploded. Rapidly expanded faster than the speed of light. I would say that's an explosion. And made the echidna and the entire Earth they live on, and the solar system, and all the bazillion stars. You really believe that, some of you, or you've made yourself believe it. You are certifiably insane. Insane to believe such a dumb thing. It's not science. It's the dumbest religion in the history of the world. God created the heaven and the earth, and he did it in 6 days. And you atheists say, I will bow before no God and will not surrender logic and reason to faith. You have already surrendered logic and reason if you believe all this came out by chance. You lost your mind a long time ago. You believe the humans, the birds, the dinosaurs, the ladybugs, the pine trees, the platypus, the bacteria, the echidnas, all of them. Because they're related, aren't you? Because in your mind, because you do your lines on paper connecting them. All the many forms of life on Earth today came from a common ancestor. Yep, that would include the echidna, wouldn't it? Primitive unicellular organism. No traces of those events remain. You're already committed to this stupid family tree, and you're not allowed to think outside that box. They did not like to retain God in their knowledge. God gave them up. That'd be sad. If you feel like God gave up on you, you better go begging God to take you back. Why would you believe in evolution? I don't understand. But I'm willing to debate all of you, okay? Psalm 8, O Lord, our Lord, how excellent is thy name in all the earth. Out of the mouth of babes and echidnas. When I consider the heavens, I say, Lord, I'll praise thee. I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. So anyway, tonight, you guys believe the protozoa developed into all the life forms, including the echidna. You really believe that, don't you? You really think it's reasonable and logical to believe an echidna evolved from a dot of nothing exploding? You think that's your logic? You think you're smart. I don't think I can help you. I'll try, but I can't help. Okay, let's see. B, right there. Okay, questions or comments, brother?
Yes, sir.
Let me guess. Crybaby. Did he?
Yeah, he made a comment.
He did?
Yeah, I was sorry.
Oh, yeah, good. We're going to get that guy saved.
I hope so.
Interesting fact, Kent. Evidence shows that the earliest monotremes, 130 million years ago, date from a time when Southeast Australia was within the Antarctic Circle. To make a statement like that shows you have no clue what you're talking about. What evidence? There is no such thing as a geologic column. There's no such thing as a age 130 million years ago. The Earth is about 6,000 years old. So you start off with a false premise, and you say, the evidence shows that these monotremes date from a time. What evidence? A fossil they found? And then they dated the fossil by the layer they found it in? Crybaby, you need to watch my whole video series and give your heart to the Lord. Okay? I'm sorry, I disagree. You didn't show any evidence. You just said there's evidence. Okay. I come from a family of sickness and poverty. My question is simple. What do you say about the people who love when they fall ill? You love when they fall ill. How do you not pray against the devil? How do you not ask for God? Oh, you can ask God for anything, but you need to accept whatever he's got for you, okay? See, this world is not my home. Isaiah 57:1. Those who die now are better off than those who face what's coming. Yeah, there's a real problem coming on planet Earth. The ones that die now are better off, he says, Isaiah 57:1. So I've had people get sick, and people that I loved, and people that get sick and die. What do? Say, Lord, I don't understand, but I trust you. See, he sees a much bigger picture. He sees the whole span of human history. And this little life is just a speck. You think Abe Lincoln ever got sick? Probably. Kept going, though, didn't he? Think George Washington ever got sick? Yeah. We all have those problems. Don't blame God for that. Some sickness is our fault because of our diet, okay? Some people are 200 pounds overweight and wonder why they don't have any energy and they're sick. Well, You fatty, push away from the table, okay? Gee whiz, lose some weight, get up and walk, do something, okay? Anyway, one question. I tried to get them last night. The late Chuck Missler thought UFOs will cause the falling away. I knew Chuck Missler, been on his program many times, good friend of mine. He may be right, I don't know. Genius guy, okay? Chuck Missler was incredible. I think Satan is going to do demonic manifestations, maybe like UFOs or something flying through the sky just to deceive people. So he's the king of deception. We'll have to see. Don't know. Okay, thank you, sir. Lake and okay, any more?
Yeah, 2 more.
Matthew, question. Explain 1 John 4:12 and Genesis 3:20. These two verses seem to conflict. Well, can you look them up and put them on the question so I don't have to do that right now while everybody's waiting, or send it in later. Okay. Can we get the video? I mean, there's only 31,101 verses, okay? I know a lot of them. I've read them all, but I don't know exactly by the number which one is which, okay? Can we get the video links Doc uses in this presentation?
When you use little videos like you did tonight, send me the link and I can put them in the description so they can watch the whole videos later.
Well, I try to put it right on screen with it where it comes from. You can just type in Echidna. They'll all show up. There's all kinds of short videos about that. I can't promise I'll do that, but it's a good idea, okay? I may. All right, any more?
One more.
Let's see. Their lineage split from our own before our split from marsupials. And how do you know this? Oh, you saw the lines on paper somebody drew, didn't you? Yeah. Well, if they got lines on paper showing the lineage split, that's all you need is a line on paper, and that's proof.
This is C-Science. He has a debate tomorrow. This guy.
I debate him tomorrow?
No. He has a debate.
Oh, he has a debate
He's a
tomorrow.
friend of ours, this guy, yeah.
With so many different reproductive systems between the living forms, it sure is hard to believe that these vastly different reproductive systems gave rise to each other. I've been saying they can't. That's my whole point. That's the whole point of it. They didn't. They're lying. Okay. Thank you so much for joining us. Come visit Dinosaur Adventure Land. Got a bunch of visitors. You guys got the outside tour today, right? But not the Science Center tour? Oh, you did the Science Center tour. And I'll give your family the tour tomorrow. And I'll talk slow because you're going to translate to Portuguese. Okay. I don't know any Portuguese. Sorry. Yo comprendo un poquito español. Okay. See you tomorrow. No, tomorrow, no show. Sunday.